You've all heard about Botox, you've all thought about Botox, but do you really know the truth about Botox? Well, today I'm going to ask Jean-Louis Sebagh everything there is to know about Botox, so keep watching. Dr. Sebagh, it's wonderful to be talking to the wrinkle slayer. I'm hoping you can tell me all about Botox because there's so many misconceptions about Botox.
I think it's one of the best treatment we ever had for the last 30 years, in fact, okay? Because I started doing all these cosmetic medical procedures like 30 years ago, 28 years ago exactly. It started when we just had the first collagen injection. And we start slaying the lines, as you say. And it was like this very light collagen fillers, and it was kind of very difficult. And in the 90s, 92, Botox came on the market, and that was the first time we could deal with muscle and expression. It was kind of revolutionary. It was like the 3D, it was like HD in technology, because it's exactly that. Because we were dealing with lines, okay, fine lines. We were doing only facelift at the time, and we couldn't do anything for expression lines. And to treat the expression lines, to prevent the expression lines, and to work on different muscles of the face, and to prevent, therefore, the aging process of the face. Because everybody will do that.
So, what is Botox?
Botox is a botulinum toxin. It's a kind of a poison from a vegetable bacteria, to make it simple. But this bacteria release normally 17 toxins. Okay, it's called and if it's a botulism, if you got some food, you know, stale food, but they take one of the 17 toxins, they purified it, they dilute it, so we are far from the real poison. Okay? It's not more dangerous than aspirin. If you take like 5 tablets of aspirin, you have much more problem and side effect than Botox injection.
Whether I come to you for Botox or I go to another clinic for Botox, is it always the same?
Mostly the same. You have two brands on the market. Everybody's usually properly trained to do it. The dilution varies from one doctor to another one. It depends more or less the kind of Botox expression you want to reach. As I told you, I use Botox more like a dimmer. I want to relax the expression. I want to make, like we said, natural Botox. It's very difficult to say natural Botox as far as you start playing with the expression. And I used to have this word for that, emotional Botox. I prefer emotional Botox than natural Botox, because you're natural if you keep all your expression. But you have to still look emotional. Okay? Yeah. You can't look like just frozen. So I think the word emotional is more adjusted than natural.
There's nothing worse than you see these people on TV and you go, I'm not sure what's wrong, and then you just realize nothing's moving but the eyes, and that's what people are really scared of.
Yes, sometimes it looks frightening, but some people want that expression too. It's quite, you know, behind Botox there's lots of things in fact, because it depends on, people are always different. And for some people Botox has been a miracle, because for some people they want to control themselves. They want to control the image they give it, so they feel more in control. That's why somehow Botox has been so popular. A lot of people are insecure. They look at themselves in the mirror, I have the right face, I feel good, and that. So when they freeze the face, okay, it's quite like icy paper face, like a picture. You become like a picture of yourself. For some people it can be more reassuring, okay? You have also, on the other extreme, what we call baby Botox. We soften the expression. You have to play with Botox as a dimmer. You can do what we call baby Botox, mini Botox, emotional Botox. You can do things, okay? You can do just maybe the crow's feet, leaving the forehead, insisting on the lower face, not so much on the upper face, and it depends. Everybody's different. As soon as you point at something, it's wrong. You know what I mean? Whether it's too much volume, too much lip, too much Botox, you shouldn't point at something on any face. I look at you, I look at you, pretty woman, I don't see anything special catching my attention, okay?
Oh, no.
No, you know what I mean? No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I have to go beyond this face, okay? I shouldn't be stopped in my relationship with you because you had weird eyebrows looking at me like a witch, you know? I should slide on it, you know. I should slide on it and say, okay, you're an attractive person, and let's go further. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I shouldn't be stopped at, oh my God.
Fair to say, Dr. Sebagh wants to go further with me.
Yeah, why not? A woman should be attractive. That's the idea, okay? Beauty in the eye of the beholder, because it's not your face in your mirror which is important. Women has never understood that. It's not. This is the narcissistic side of the beauty, which is kind of boring and misleading people. Okay, because you don't want to stay on your own. You want to have a relationship with someone. That's all the idea. So you need to be attractive to someone else, in the beholder. Okay, so the beholder is just not obsessed with you having this type of Botox or this type of fillers. Is attracted by a face and a woman. Okay. So that's what women don't really understand. But you have this gray zone, this twilight zone, where the insecurity. It's very difficult, and you'll never stop that. You know, you never stop. It's very difficult to, and that's why some women, they do too much, because they think if they look perfect, they should feel more secure.
Is there an element also that because Botox relaxes the muscles and so you're less likely to frown, that is preventative thing? So start sooner so that you don't get the wrinkles.
It's just an amazing invention. So it happens to me to do Botox at some young woman, 18, 20, because I frown a lot. There's no reason they shouldn't come, okay? Because you just do 2 mini dots here. You don't do the whole forehead, you don't do the crow's feet, you just stop this habit of frowning, which is going to print lines. That's it.
Can Botox, for someone like that who's got a real bad habit of frowning, if you have Botox, can it help you unlearn that habit of frowning?
Of course you unlearn the habit of frowning. Of course, yes, because usually this girl, you do it once every 6 months, and then after 2 years you don't need to do it anymore.
What about these creams and potions that claim to be Botox in a bottle? Can they work?
No. How could they work? I don't understand that, because as far as I know, and I do skincare is supposed to work on the skin. And even not so much on the dermis, just on the epidermis. If not, they become medication, right? So you need to reach the muscles. So it's quite deep. So I don't say it can work. It can give you sometimes kind of numbing feeling. I think it's misleading people. You can have some maybe relaxing cream, but they don't work as Botox. So you can't compare this cream to Botox. It's totally different.
Where is Botox used on the face? Where is it really effective?
It's classically effective on the frowning here, the forehead line and the crow's feet. My favorite part in terms of prevention, because I think it's amazing progress in terms of prevention of the aging process, and in order to avoid the surgery, because that's what my initial goal, aim was to, can we postpone the surgery, can we eventually avoid the surgery? And everybody, men and women, have this problem of the gravity. And then you have the sagging jaw, okay, and the sagging neck. 2 groups of muscle in your face. You have elevator muscles and you have depressor muscles. When you smile, you use elevator. When you grin, okay, when you do a grimace, you're sad, you use depressor muscle. But if you can keep this perfect balance, being very clever to rebalance properly depressor and elevator, you're going to keep all your expression, your emotions. You're going to have perfect expression, and funnily, with time, nothing's going to happen. You're not going to droop.
So do you think by, using this emotional Botox as a preventative thing, that you can prevent the facelift? You can avoid having the facelift?
Yes, I will never have a facelift. I won't need a facelift.
So what you're saying in essence is that if you want to look younger, really it's not just about Botox or about fillers or about anything, or just creams. It's really having a kind of a multifaceted approach to treatments, to products, and it's, the sooner you can start, the better.
Yeah, and one thing we forgot, is nutrition.
Yeah.
That's key.
So, if you got all of that and more, you'll look younger. Thank you, Dr. Sebagh.
My pleasure.